And US President Donald Trump says the talks between the United States and Russian officials in Saudi Arabia were very good.
And that he is now more confident of the Ukraine peace deal. While answering reporters' questions at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, Trump lashed at Ukrainian President Zelensky and blamed him for Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Trump increased pressure on Zelensky to hold elections, which is one of Russia's key demands, and criticized the Ukrainian for complaining about being frozen out of talks in Riyadh.
Now, Trump's statement came after Zelensky criticized US-Russia talks for excluding Ukraine, saying efforts to end the war must be fair and should involve European countries, while postponing his trip to Saudi Arabia.
The whole civilization has changed because of what. So when they're worried about not being seated, you mean somebody that should have gone in and made a deal a long time ago? You could have made a deal. This is one that could have made a deal. There was no talk of this during the Trump administration. Putin would have never, ever done it.
The US president also suggested that he could meet Russian President Vladimir Putin before the end of the month, as US overhauls its stance towards Russia in a shift that has alarmed Europe.
Trump, however, said that he was all for European peacekeepers in Ukraine if he can strike a deal to end the war. He cited the example of France and UK, who he said were willing to send peacekeeping forces to Ukraine. However, cleared that the United States would not want to contribute because it is very far away.
Meanwhile, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that his country won't accept peacekeeping forces from NATO countries under any peace deal, following the high-level talks with the US.
We explained to our colleagues today that President Putin has repeatedly emphasized that NATO expansion, the takeover of Ukraine by the North Atlantic Alliance, is a direct threat to the interests of the Russian Federation, a direct threat to our sovereignty.
Now, after the meeting with the Russian delegation, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio briefed his European counterparts on social media. Top European Union diplomat Kaja Kallas told Rubio that the United States should not walk into traps set by Russia, alleging that Moscow aims to divide the West.